7 years ago, Valley resident Sheryl Lowenhar was diagnosed with the neurological disorder known as Parkinson's disease. As the disease affects the nervous system and motor functions, Sheryl finds relief by attending classes at the Pound Gym.
Parkinson's can be isolating. You come here and everybody understands what you're going through.
This gym is hosting more than your average boxing classes in hopes to fight for a bigger cause. After hosting fundraisers for the Michael J. Fox Foundation, owner Duane Bell began holding boxing classes specialized for people with Parkinson's disease.
So we started the classes about 3 or 4 months after the first event. We had such a good turnout, there was like a real question of, is this going to be a regular thing that we can do? There wasn't really a presence for Parkinson's classes in North Scottsdale.
But Duane admits he may not have started the classes if it weren't for a phone call from Sheryl Lowenhar.
My dad had Parkinson's as well, so I knew what to expect. I knew I needed to exercise a lot. I also was very concerned about research and the state of the research, so that, eventually they'll find a cure and help me and everybody else. So I decided to start fundraising for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Found Duane here at the gym, and he agreed to let us have the gym for a day.
Raising over $20,000 in the first year alone, the annual fundraiser continued and the classes grew larger. The classes are a combination of strength training, stretching, and boxing to help prolong a disease that has no cure.
Anytime you have strength training, resistance training, any age is important, but especially when you get older, we start to lose a bit of muscle, we start to lose a bit of mobility. So keeping those tools kind of oiled and fresh also helps. But we try to incorporate the boxing into things that Parkinson's patients need to move for, like is forward and reverse and lateral mobility with their feet.
The classes also focus on vocal and cognitive ability.
So we use the number system. I teach them the jab, hook, cross, but we go through the 1, 2, 3. So when I throw out the numbers, they have to follow those numbers, repeat those numbers out loud, so we get the vocal, technique and exercise. And then the cognitive with repeating those numbers, memorizing those numbers, and putting them into sequences. 4, 5.
Sheryl and Duane brought this group together in hopes of providing a place to connect.
I've definitely seen it myself. I think it's helped me to not progress as fast as I would have. And these guys also, they'll tell you that they just love it. They feel better afterwards, and it kind of lasts all day long.
Duane says he was inspired to start the classes by formerly working with world-famous boxing trainer Freddie Roach.
I watched Freddie day in and day out with Parkinson's come into the gym 7 o'clock in the morning and train, sit behind the desk, greet people, talk to people, hold mitts for the pros. I think that being around him and seeing him deal with it and kind of understand what he's going through, and then having that opportunity to go, hey, I can do something, was like my biggest motivator.
Duane and Sheryl are hopeful that classes like these can provide relief and help to knock out Parkinson's everywhere.
So we started out, with like 8 to 10, and we're obviously affected by sometimes the snowbirds that come in. So I have some of my clients who come in and they're here for a couple of months and they're like, hey, I'm going back to Sholo, or I'm headed back to Boston. Do you know of a place that you can recommend in my hometown? So we've kind of created a little network through our members and our trainees of places that they can go otherwise. But yeah, we're 15 to 20 in a class twice a week. So it's been exciting to watch it grow.
That's it for today.